Cancer. Ooh. And Cancer, you're fiery. So this is the Queen of Wands. She's about passion, confidence, creativity. That means coming in, you are on top of the world. You feel it. I really think Cancer this month is going to be a good one for you. I've just had this feeling that something excellent is coming, and coming into the month as the Queen just kind of solidifies that, because maybe if you're single, you're feeling passionate about finding somebody amazing. You're feeling that confidence. You're feeling sexy. You're feeling, amazing. You're feeling creative. This tells me that a lot of singles may be coming up with new ways to date, or maybe you're just kind of attracted to everybody you meet, or they're attracted to you. There just seem to be sparks flying. You're coming into in kind of, your comfort zone, and just, letting yourself be free and happy and not putting any expectations out there. If something happens, great. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. But for singles, you're definitely coming in the right mindset, and that's super important. Don't let anybody bring you down. You gotta go with it. And this tells me that you're going to be. So if you're single, even if you've met, not good people, you've been dating just, you've been on dates and they're not great, you still have that confidence and that passion that you're going to meet somebody incredible. So hold on to it and harvest that energy, because I know it's been kind of up and down for Cancers lately, and this is an incredible way to move. For anybody looking to reconcile, it could be the same thing. It could be there's a passion there, a reborn passion that, needed to kind of pick you up and push you in the right direction with somebody that you're interested in, maybe rekindling something with. So the one warning about the Queen is don't be overconfident, especially for anybody looking to reconcile, because you don't want to come in as like, I was fine without you, but, I could go either way, because all of a sudden I get a picture of somebody kind of like, maybe, maybe not. If you are interested in rekindling with somebody from the past, don't be too, overly confident in it, because you don't want to come across as you could give or take it. Either your heart's in it or it's not. If it's not, move on. If it is, let your guard down a little bit. So for anybody, single or looking to reconcile, this is definitely an excellent way to start the month. The next card you have is always anything that helps or hinders your position coming into the month. And you have the Hermit card. So immediately that screams Virgo, which is very interesting. So the Hermit card represents Virgo. So maybe some of you are dealing with a Virgo, maybe you like a Virgo, maybe you met a Virgo recently, maybe you, your ex was a Virgo. Normally, a lot of times I will bring up like the signs, and sometimes I don't, but immediately when I saw this, it kind of looked like an upside down V, and I was like, hey, well, there's Virgo. So for some of you that may resonate with you, maybe you're dealing with an earth sign, and Virgo in particular. The Hermit is about wisdom, spirituality, and retreat. So you're coming into the month like this, you're passionate about dating, but you're not gonna just date anybody. If you're single, you're kind of like, I'm feeling good about myself, I'm in a good spot, and I'll retreat back into my shell if need be, if it's not working for me, or if it doesn't feel right. And sometimes you have to be kind of coaxed back out. So you're going to feel amazing, but there may be certain points where you're just kind of like, I don't want to deal with the drama, right? Grow up. Like, I get the sense that some of you are just kind of like, what is the deal? Like, I keep meeting all these different people, and it's unbelievable. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I see somebody on a date and just kind of rolling their eyes. Like, am I really sitting here right now listening to this? It's immaturity. It's ridiculousness. So some of you are going to find that, but you're still going to embrace this confidence, but you're going to retreat when it's necessary. You're going to get out of the chaos. Maybe you're going to be online only on like Monday and Friday or something. And otherwise you're not going to be online. So you're not going to be doing the online dating regularly. It's kind of like you've decided to allow yourself to get some much needed rest, relax, calm, you know, gain some wisdom on what you really want and what you want in a partner. And so you'll put your head in the game, and when you do, you're feeling like this, you're feeling amazing. But when you need to retreat, you will. And it won't be because you're not good enough or you're not finding anybody good enough by any means. It's more, you know, maybe you'll go on like 2 bad dates, and then you go, you know what, I'm going to go take a mini vacation, or I'm going to go spend some time with family, or I'm going to go spend some time with friends. And then I'll get back in and I'll see and I'll make it fresh. So I get the feeling a lot of you who were focusing before on date, need to find the one, are kind of like, you know, I'm gonna find the one. So I'm good. I don't need to be out there 24/7, you know, take the good with the bad, let the bad roll off, and, you know, take my solace as I need it. For anybody looking to reconcile, it's the same thing. You know, it's like I warned here. Don't retreat. If it's something you want, I just keep getting this feeling like put your heart on your sleeve, right? Because if you truly want this person back, and I keep getting Virgo screaming here, I don't know, which is interesting because I've known a lot of Virgos and I've dated a Virgo, but I keep getting this where it's like, if you truly miss this person and you want them back, let your guard down. Be this confident, sexy, amazing, you know, pretty, handsome, whatever person, but then retreat into your corner if maybe you're feeling kind of overwhelmed or you're not sure. Maybe you're thinking, have they changed? Have they not changed? And look at things. Take the wisdom that you've learned and gather anything that you've, you know, kind of thought about while you guys were separated, and make a decision based on, really make a decision based on your gut and your heart. I just get the sense that some of you are looking at things going, well, he or she did this and this, either let it go or move on. It's one or the other. You know, it's not going to work if you don't do one or the other. And again, this is about spirituality. So some of you who are religious may be praying a lot about it, or, you know, if you have other ways of, if you have other types of religion where, you know, you're one with the earth or nature or whatever the case may be, you're going to be relying heavily on that. You're going to, you know what this is? This is signs. You're going to start seeing signs. You're going to start seeing numbers, cars that resemble your ex, or names, or a song will come on, or something. That just popped into my head that a lot of you may have already gotten those or will start seeing that. And remember the feeling you get when you see that. If you hear that song and you just feel overwhelmingly heartfelt, then maybe that's a sign it's time to reconcile. If you don't, then maybe that's a sign to move on. If it makes you anxious or upset or feel negative, then, you know, take that into consideration. So definitely a good place to come into the month, Cancer. The Hermit just tells me you're taking a little time for yourself, and well deserved, by the way. So the next card you have is always your distant past, over the past few years. And you have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is about defeat. It's about false victory. So this tells me right off the bat that whether you're single or whether you're interested in seeing what your ex is up to or reconciling, I always bring this up, and I've been telling everybody the past 2 reads why I'm bringing this up, or why a lot of readers do, although I can't speak for other readers, but it's important each month to bring that up because it may bring up a personality trait of you or your past relationship or something you went through. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. So it could be that if it's positive, you're reminiscing on something and you need to remember that this month because at some point you're going to go through something that might be hard and you have to remember that. And if it's negative, then, you know, sometimes you have to stop yourself and say, I won't repeat bad behaviors. The 5 is about, like I said, defeat. So that tells me at some point, and the Pyrrhic victory, which is false victory basically, that tells me that at one point you thought you had it. You really thought this is like the one, and you were enthralled and you felt a connection. And that may still be the person that you're wondering about. That may still be, you know, I keep going with that Virgo again, I'll stop, but that may be somebody that you're going, they were the perfect fit for me, but time wasn't there. Time wasn't on our side. It didn't happen, but it's almost like you knew it would happen in the future. Because again, this is about you thinking, man, I had an amazing time. And it doesn't mean you're going to reconcile by any means. It just means that maybe this month going into this and having this confidence and feeling amazing, you're going, I'm not doing that again. I'm coming in this knowing what I want, knowing, you know, what I'm looking for, and either you got it or you don't, honey. Like, that's literally what it comes down to. I'm reading between the lines, I'm reading the red flag bullshit, I'm reading the ghosters and the breadcrumbers and all of that, and I'm not doing it again because I'm better than that. And not better than that in a conceited way, because at one point you loved whoever this past person was. I always have to remind myself, and I try and remind, you know, others, that you can't completely diss your exes, right? Because at one point you loved them and you felt something strongly for them. So if you diss them, you're dissing yourself because you did like them at one point. This is also defeat, dishonor. This talks about an affair possibly which maybe you committed or somebody else committed. This also brings me back to like maybe childhood, when you saw a parent or a sibling or somebody, you were involved in like an affair, maybe a mom or a dad left due to an affair, and it was very hard on you, and you're going, I'll never go through that again. And maybe that's where this don't be overconfident comes in the fact that, you know, to find what you want, you have to put that out there. And if you're just going, oh, I can't let my walls down because I don't want to get hurt like my parent did or like my sibling did because they got cheated on and I watched the whole relationship, and I watched them get dishonored, and I get this strong feeling some of you watch them lose like everything and maybe go into a deep depression or become addicted to something or whatever. However that resonates with you, I do see some of you witnessing some pretty hard realities when it comes to maybe, and for you, I don't know why it's reflecting so deeply on like past family, but this could be for you. It could be you really thought you had the one, and then your whole world was turned upside down because they had an affair, or they were lying about money and maybe they got in serious trouble for like laundering, or, you know, being involved in illegal gambling or whatever. You know, it's tough. But this month I think you're coming in going, I won't let that happen again. And that's great. But don't hold it against anybody else who has the potential to be a really good suitor for you. Okay. And if it's somebody that from your past and you're looking to reconcile, that's a whole different story, because you definitely want to make sure that shit is squared away before you think about it. But for the majority of you looking to reconcile, I don't feel like that's the partner you're worried about now, or your ex that you're worried about now. Could be, but majority of you, I think this is long time overdue, and maybe that has something to do with why you separated, because you were always in fear of this, and so you were always distrusting or couldn't quite open yourself all the way because you were always worried about getting hurt because of this past situation. And that may very well be it for some of you Cancers. You crawled back in your shell even though you knew this person was good and worth it. You let the past rule the present, and it didn't end up good. The next card you have is going to be the most recent past, so the past few weeks, and you have the Ace of Coins. So the Ace of Coins is awesome. That's all about new beginnings, opportunity, potential prosperity. So anybody who's dating, interested in finding somebody, the potential's there. Whether you find it in the next month or so, this is the immediate past. So this tells me that maybe doors open for you. Maybe, you know, at some point you met somebody that you thought was remarkable, or maybe you met somebody that is gonna just surprise the heck out of you and turn into something you thought was, or you think is pretty special, and maybe you didn't know at the time, or maybe you're just friends with them and didn't realize how special it could be. A lot of you may be dating and there's a lot of opportunity. This is opportunity. So like I said, you're going to be feeling like this because the past few weeks things have presented themselves to you. You've had maybe, you know, suitors coming out of the woodwork. Maybe you've had a lot of men or women contacting you, you know, whichever. Obviously I don't play sex into it. It can be for a man or a woman, this entire read. But this just tells me there's like a plethora of opportunity. A lot of it's been good. It's built up your self-confidence, and now you're ready to kind of pick and choose between. So maybe you've just been dating a lot of people and kind of playing the game and having fun with it, and now you're kind of like, all right, I'm serious, and this is a whole new beginning. This is, you're planting the seed and you're checking to see where it's going to go. So Cancer, you're going to meet somebody. This tells me if you haven't met somebody that maybe you've gained a friendship, or maybe you've known this person for a long time and they just pop back into your life, there's potential here to really have a solid relationship with this person coming. So that's definitely very positive. For anybody looking to reconcile, it also screams of new beginnings. So maybe you're letting this past shit go away and you're allowing the ace to come in, and and you feel confident and ready. And it's going to be new potential, new beginnings. It could be the opposite, that you're not going to reconcile and therefore you're going to have the new beginnings. But so far the read is pretty positive that if you truly love somebody and you truly want them back, the potential is there. You're just going to have to figure out the best way to achieve it without letting any insecurities kick in. So for singles and for anybody looking to reconcile, the Ace of Coins is perfect immediate past, because this tells me over the past few weeks and coming, some things might be changing and might be pretty amazing. And maybe you have met somebody that you don't realize is going to be pretty important coming into your life the next few months. All right, so the next card you have is In Time, Future Possibilities. So over the next few months, and you have the Two of Cups. Cancer, happy birthday. So the Two of Cups is connections, intimacy, and this is true connections. This is somebody who has seen you at your worst and still sees the best in you, if that makes sense. They've seen you at wicked times and they accept you no matter what. There's no games, there's no drama, this is just true and tried, somebody who really cares about you and isn't afraid to show it, even if there's other things that get into the mix. This is somebody who is in it for the long haul. So Cancer, the next few months is you nesting down, enjoying yourself, growing this connection, and this is intimacy. So it's sex, it's fun, it's late night phone calls, it's, chat, like bedroom chat, just could be, late night evenings on the couch eating Chinese food and drinking wine or whatever you prefer. But this is definitely two people absorbed in each other. So for the next few months, Cancer, you may be developing something pretty fantastic if you're single. And that Ace of Coins is a new beginning. I think maybe you've met them or you're friends with them and all of a sudden you're looking at them in a different light. Maybe it's somebody who wanted to be a part of your life and didn't make that known until now. Again, maybe you're dating and you've had a plethora of suitors and somebody just finally caught your attention or you caught their attention and now they're coming after you full force. So the Two of Cups is positive energy. And I see this lasting well into Christmas and beyond. So, and if you're looking to reconcile, or if you haven't been doing well with your ex, or you guys split, even if it was a momentary blip or something that's been weeks and months, this is a new connection. Or the connection that you knew you had, that deep connection, because like I said here, some of you had that deep connection. Your insecurities got the best of you. Or maybe they didn't, it doesn't have to even be Cancer feeling so insecure that they couldn't handle it. It could be that the other person was not taking care of your securities. And it's interesting that I said Virgo here because, I've had some special Virgos in my life, but I know that sometimes they can be stubborn. And earth signs in general, right, can be kind of stubborn because they're used to taking care of X, Y, and Z and getting work done and getting everything taken care of, that sometimes they leave the emotion and the love out of it. A lot of times in readings, I won't really present, I will sometimes mention a sign, but not regularly. But this is screaming strong for some of you that it's an earth sign. It could be an air sign as well. But again, I get the feeling some of you are going to tell me that it's definitely a Virgo or an earth sign. But the thing about that is you had a deep connection at one point, and it's kind of like it's yours for the taking. It's low-hanging fruit, but snatch it now. Because again, if you hum and ho about it, or him and haw, or whatever you want to say, and you overconfidence it, and well, I didn't really need you, and I don't really, but you're here now. No, if you want them, go get them. If you don't, leave it alone. Oh well. The next card you have is going to be your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, generally within the month, and you have the Ten of Cups, and that's an amazing card. So Cancer, this reading has been amazing so far. The 10 is about family, peace, joy. So it's summer here in the US. So for anybody that's impacted by that, that tells me that you're taking family vacations. Or if you're a single parent, you're either seeing your kids more, if you guys have like joint custody, or you're seeing your kids less, and maybe you're doing this retreating spirituality, getting to know yourself, feeling confident because you're actually able to date maybe your kids or your child, you know, or even pets. If, you know, a lot of people have pets they consider kids. I know I do. The 10 tells me that some of you maybe, you know, during the summer, your kids go with, you know, your ex for a month or something, or a week or something. And so you're like, heck yeah, I love my kids, but I haven't had a break in like 9 months, and, you know, or whatever. And, you know, or maybe you have something special planned with friends, or you're taking some sort of trip or vacation, or, you know, whatever it is, there's joy and peace surrounding this. And family is kind of center circle, and family including friends, including people that you consider family. And it's interesting because the past few weeks, I have really started to notice who my family type friends are, and it's been overwhelmingly amazing. So again, the 10 of Cups, for anybody who's single, this is, you're just going to enjoy yourself, but there's something very familiar with this, and it's a happiness you like. So anybody who's looking to reconcile, this is familiarity, and it could be maybe you were separated but you guys had kids and you're bringing the family back together, and you're kind of focusing on getting your family back together. Whatever this is, it's peace. And for singles, it's kind of like you've dropped the drama, you're letting go of the immaturity, the fakeness, you're not having it. It's kind of like you just feel like overwhelmed with unbelievable peace of mind. You know what you want. It may be hard. There may be decisions to be made, but you're so excited about the future. You don't even care. You can't even look back. So definitely looking very good here, Cancer. The next card you have is always your future external factors. So anything that could impact you like externally, tangibly, and you have the 6 of Cups. So this is about nostalgia. This is about thinking about your past. This is about like revisiting your past, but in a good way. You're remembering good times. A lot of childhood too. So again, this works well with family. Maybe you're spending the summer doing something you did as you were a kid, when you were a kid, with your kids now. You know, or you're remembering the good times, or maybe you're meeting up with family like parents or siblings, or, you know, you're definitely feeling, again, at peace, but something tangible is relatives. So for anybody who's single, maybe this is the opposite of this. Maybe you're going, even though there's crap and there's infidelity, or there was cheating or affairs or stealing or whatever with my parents or aunts or uncles or siblings, you're kind of going, but there was so much good there too. There was so much good that I need to take the good from it. I need to let this go. I need to forgive and forget. And you're starting to remember all the good instead of always focusing on the bad. And for singles, you're bringing that into whatever this potential is for you. Because the potential here, the root, is amazing. If you haven't found it yet, if it hasn't kicked in yet, you're going to find it, and it's going to root itself. It's going to plant its roots deep, and it's not going anywhere. It's not wishy-washy. It's not the type that's like in and out, or, you know, the type that's flaky or flimsy. This is a person who's made of strong hard, you know, oak or wood or whatever you want to say, and they're not going anywhere. They planted their seed, they're rooted, and they can handle the ups and downs like a boss. They can handle it like a mature, you know. It's very interesting because I literally just got the picture of, like, I don't know, a couple fighting, and one of the couple, whether it's a man or woman, or the man or man, or the woman or woman, just saying, I'm not going anywhere. I care about you too much. I would never allow simple petty things to get in the way. So whoever this is, they're sticking for a long time, and that's good. And you haven't seen anything like that in a long time. So it's almost like you're bewildered by these bubbles, because you're just in awe. Because normally the stupid shit you pull or the insecurities would run people off, and this person's like, no, you're worth it. I'm not going anywhere. If you're looking to reconcile, same thing. It could be that you're reminiscing about times when you felt like a family, or you reminisced about having a family with this person, and now you're kind of like, okay, like, let's do it. We're good. The next card you have is going to be internal factors throughout the month. And these, you know, come and go throughout the month. And this is internal. So this is how you're feeling. And you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, creativity, you know, passion. So it's ironic because it's very similar to the Queen. So I feel like you're going to be feeling this up and down. And then when you need to retreat or take a break, you'll take a break. And you'll pull yourself together. You'll, you know, get a massage, you'll go for a walk in nature, you'll do what you need, and then you come back and be this ferocious person who's confident, sexy, daring, and the Ace of Wands just solidifies that that's how you're feeling inside. So even though you're feeling like this, you're going to feel like a kind of a combination of the two. At peace, getting your spirituality in, your rest, your time with yourself, but at the same time, you're like planning things. You have like, you know, dream trips and stuff, and you're figuring out how you can make that a reality. And this is about energy too. So maybe it's a renewed energy and you're just thinking, maybe you just have so many things going on in your brain. I know that Cancers oftentimes are like overwhelmed. I know that I get that way with so many things I want to do, and how do I make it a reality? And I think a lot of you are enthusiastic. You're just passionate about everything. You're passionate about meeting the right person. You're passionate about work. You're passionate about making money. You're passionate about, you know, your family, your friends, just life in general. And I think it's going to ebb and flow. You're going to have this passion. It's going to be exciting, but then you're going to know when to rest, because as we know, Cancers, because I do it too, I can go from one high to the other, right? Or one high to low. Like I can have a really good day and everything's coming true and all my dreams are coming true. And then I can have a day where I'm kind of like, man, is it ever gonna go the way I want? You know, so, but I think this month you're gonna handle it a lot better than normal, or a lot less emotional. Yes, Cancers are always gonna be emotional, and they're always gonna be about heart, and they're always gonna be oversensitive and have those feelings, and that's fine. We always will, but you're gonna like handle the ups and downs a lot better and just kind of brush through it, because you know this is coming if it's not already there. And that is something to let go of the crap and hold on for the ride and be ready to do it when it approaches you. And it may have already approached you. The last two cards you have are always your hopes and fears for the end of the month and your outcome. And you have the Fool and you have the Knight of Wands. All right, so the Fool is awesome. I love that card. It's all about innocence. It's all about potential. So it's very interesting. There's a repeating pattern here because you have potential here and potential here. Childlike, you know, family, joy, peace. Same thing here. Love, confidence, confidence. So it's just like a repeating pattern. The Fool is all about you can do whatever you want. This is the beginning of the major arcana. So that's a start over if you want to start over. If you're single and you've been dating and it hasn't been working out for you, you are taking a brand new approach. You're coming on as this amazing person this month. You're showing no mercy as far as what you're willing to put out there. That's not bad, but what you're willing to put out into the universe to get back. You're kind of like, you know, I'm feeling amazing and I'm good. I'm a good person, and therefore I deserve the best, and I'm going to be the best lover, friend, you know, husband, wife, caretaker, whatever suits, whatever qualities that suit you, that you bring into a relationship that are phenomenal for the other person, that's what you're going to be bringing in. And the Fool is all about being fearless with it, not worrying that, not always second guessing, right? Because I know that we do that a lot, right? Where we're going, oh my gosh, this person's amazing, amazing, amazing. And then you pull back. And then you let go and say, okay, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. This person is amazing. And then you pull back. And then you go. So the Fool is saying that this month, you're not going to do that. You're going to ride with it. And you're going to be like, hey, it might be scary. I might feel insecure, but guess what? I'm going for it. And singles, you are going for it and full throttle, and you deserve it. And for anybody looking to reconcile, same thing. This is potential. So if you're looking to reconcile and you really want this person in your life, have that potential side, but also have the innocence. Bear this confident, sexy person, but have the innocence of, I still love you. I still want to be with you. Let's leave the crap in the past and move on. And finally, you have the Knight of Wands, which repeats itself these are all repeating, which I guess because they're wands, but these are the good ones, right? If you had the Ten of Wands, it would be about death and illness and tragedy, and we've managed to skip over a lot of that in this read. So the Knight of Wands is passion, daring, confident. I mean, this is like, hey, you know, we go together. Woohoo, hey baby. Because literally, it almost represents the same thing. This is somebody who's charming, and you're going to feel charming, and you're going to be charmed. Somebody's going to charm the socks off of you, and there's going to be some potential there that you didn't even see coming. So for anybody who's single, the Knight of Wands is, again, this is going to carry into September, and I really believe you're going to find this. And if you're looking to reconcile, it's the same thing. You're energetic about it, and you're feeling daring. And for both singles and anybody looking to reconcile, I think one of the biggest things about this night is that you're feeling daring. Like I said with the Fool, you're fearless, so you're going to go for it. You're not going to beat around the bush. You're not going to, enough for that person, they're not good enough for me. You're going to latch onto this person. They're going to latch onto you, and there's going to be no question. You're not going to have to second guess. Isn't that the worst when you have to second guess all the time? You don't need that shit. You need somebody who's confident, who handles themselves well, who has dignity, who is just overall a genuinely good person who sticks it out through the thick and thin without any games. And this is the type of person you're going to meet. And if you're looking to reconcile, that's this person that you're missing or that you love or that you care about is going to come in, you know, swords high, blazes lit, and they're going to give you no reason to doubt anything that you may have doubted before.